Hello, my YouTube friends. Today we're going to go through some Pokemon cards I purchased today. I'm not really like a Pokemon expert. I don't collect them, but I have been buying and selling them since 1998. So I have a little bit of a knowledge, and I'm constantly buying them, looking to have some in my shop because I love selling them. You know, I'll put a bunch of the commons, uncommons out for a quarter a piece. Just let the kids dig through them. And, you know, if I get any rares, I kind of look them up and price them based on what they're selling for. So today's collection has a lot of really cool old school Pokemon. Not first series, maybe a little bit of it, but a lot of like 99 to 2003-ish maybe. So a lot of really cool stuff from the gym series, stuff that's just a little bit more valuable. It's not a huge collection. It's actually all in a binder, and I pulled them all out as I priced them. But it's a pretty decent, valuable collection. I believe the collection is worth around $1,000. It might be worth a little bit more, but I ended up paying, I think, about half of that for everything. And by the time you see this video, I've probably sold them all because I have a bunch of buyers right now looking for Pokemon. So Pokemon is hot. I'm trying to find any collections I can get, so I'm actually really happy I found these. So I guess we'll kind of go around. The middle stack's kind of the cheaper stack. This is like, you know, the $1 to $3 stack, and then this is the good stuff right here. Let's look at some of the commons. I don't have all the sets memorized. Yes, I'm not going to go over each set because I always forget which set is which. I just know the earlier stuff. So we have a Pikachu, Persian. So these are all commons and uncommons. Nothing of super value in this stack here. So this stuff, usually this kind of stuff I don't pay a lot for just because, you know, I put it out for a quarter and I'm not going to sell all of it. I'm going to sell some of it. Reverse Holos, again, maybe a little bit more valuable. But again, I probably just put that out for a quarter in the shop. But most of this, I think I'm selling all to one buyer because he is really into Pokemon right now and he kind of wants to buy everything that I get. Obviously, the better the stuff, the more he wants it. All right, so that's a little bit of the cheaper stuff. Okay, let's start with some of the expensive stuff here. So I believe this is from the Expedition series. I always look for these, the ones with the kind of lines. There's two sets with little lines on the side. This one has kind of like this border. These are worth a bit more. So this is a non-foil Charizard, still has some value. I forget off the top of my head, but I think he's at least a $10 to $20 card. Pretty awesome. And then this is also this is the same series. This one has the foil on the lines, and it's a holofoil, so that's a very in-demand card, or the series in general. Whenever I see the series with little lines on the side, I know those are going to have more value to them. That's original base set Mewtwo. That's really cool. I love looking at this stuff because in '98 is when I first started selling Pokemon, so this gives me kind of nostalgia. I love that older stuff. Now, I believe that's the gym series. Yeah, that's gym challenges. Any of the gym challenges and the gym heroes are always worth a good amount. So those I look for. Good old school promo card. The promo card's always worth a lot. Let's see, what is that symbol? So that's Aquapolis. That's a different series than the Expedition. Still, any of these sets with the little lines tend to be more valuable. So there's a lot of these cards. Even the reverse foils, you know, they're not as rare, but even those are worth a bit. This is Gym Heroes, I believe. Yeah, the Gym Heroes. Any of the Gym Heroes, any of this earlier stuff is just, there's a lot of value to it. We have a first edition Machamp. That is really cool. The nice thing is a lot of these are in pretty high grade, which brings the value up. I don't know if they're near mint or mint. So I don't know if they're gradable, but they're close. I think some of these probably would be gradable. Okay, we have a Charizard. Definitely, this card is one of the better ones from this lot. He had also a lot of the EX cards from the early 2000s, 2003. Aggron, so those have a lot of value. Nidoqueen. So these are really cool. This is just a really awesome little collection of Pokemon cards. If I could buy Pokemon cards like this all the time, I would, just because they sell really well. Especially now, in the last 6 months, the value of all this earlier Pokemon stuff has really exploded. Moltres, that one I think has like $20, $30 value. A lot of these are low end, maybe $5, but a lot of these are $20, $30. I think there's even a few cards in here that approach $100. That's a cool, I love the way that one looks. More awesomeness. So, you know, this stack is the stack where all the value is. Dark Charizard. Now, this one was kind of played. It's not in the best condition, so the value kind of dropped on that a little bit. Blaine's Arcanine, that was good. Sabrina's Golduck. So, yeah, all these cards from the early sets, all these gym series. So, I always look for the cards with the gym series. I look for the original, the first editions, the Fossil, and the Jungle. All that stuff has some value. The Team Rocket set's pretty rare too. It's a first edition Flareon. This one does have some scratches on it, so the value kind of drops on it. But again, anyone who loves Pokemon, this is great stuff. This is a little bit later. Still a cool card though. This is again Gym Heroes promo. Not in the best of shape, otherwise that would probably be worth a lot. Base set 2 Poliwrath, that's cool. A Fossil Muck. Lugia, Dark Dragon Knight, Metagross. Not a foil, but still has a little bit of value. I think these weren't as much, but again, oh, I think this one had maybe like a $20 to $40 value. And I think most of these in this stack were at least $5 each. A lot of these early GX cards have a lot of value to them. Like I'm used to the newer GX because all the kids coming in want the GX and EX cards. But the these earlier ones, I just not as familiar with. So I didn't realize a lot of these had value. So I thought that was pretty cool. People love their Pokemon right now. They're just so hot. I can't get enough of this stuff. It just, every time I get it into my shop, it sells out real quick. And so I'm not an expert on the Pokemon. I haven't really played the games. I haven't watched the shows. So I know I don't have the information that you might want to see. I just thought you want to see the cards. I think they kind of look kind of cool. And they're just really fun, especially these more valuable rare ones. And I think if you're into Pokemon, I mean, now the prices are high right now, but they're just going to keep going up. I think this is the one he said back in the day he paid a lot for. So the price had come down from when it first came out. He said he paid $400 for this card. It's not worth $400 anymore. I think it's, in the condition it's in, is probably like a $40 to $60 card. 40, maybe 45. Still a very cool card. I think this is another one he said he paid a lot for. This is all really cool stuff. If I had more money and I was a rich man, I might start collecting these just for the fun of them. And plus, I have a feeling a lot of this stuff is going to go up in value over the next few years. Because Pokemon is so popular. It's multi-generational now. My son plays the Pokemon games. He loves Pokemon. You know, so you have people that are 30 years old. You have people that are 8 years old that like Pokemon. And people all in between. So Pokemon's kind of here to stay for a long time. All these, especially every time I see the ones with the lines, I'm always think that's a card that's going to have value. And it usually does. Charizard, even the non-foil Charizards are worth a bunch from that set. The fossil stuff. The fossil stuff is kind of about when I started, or not fossil, jungle and fossil, when those came out. That's around when I started really selling them for the first time. I did the first editions. I was kind of on the tail end of that for the first set. So that was that set. Though that stack there, that's where all the value is. This stack alone is probably worth 800 plus. Okay, so these are the cards. I think most of these are $1 to $3 cards. There might have been a few expensive ones that kind of got mixed in here. But it's still very neat stuff. I really like it. And I know if I put these out, they would sell pretty quick. But I have one buyer right now. He's looking for anything and everything I get Pokemon. So he's probably going to buy this all just in one go. He absolutely loves it. He actually looks at Pokemon right now as like therapy. Where he just sits and he sorts the cards in between doing big deals and stuff that stresses him out. So for him, buying the Pokemon is kind of his way to de-stress. So I thought that was pretty cool. I know some of these are going to be worth more than $1 to $3. I just know that most of them were in that kind of $1 to $3 range. Like that one is probably worth a little bit more. But I, you know, as I'm going through the cards, I try to look up as many as I can, but it's start getting kind of worn out. So we kind of just agreed on a price on the rest of these. I looked up all the ones in the plastic here, kind of coming up with a value. And then we kind of made another deal to finish off the deal for the rest of these. And, I mean, they're cool. Some of these are only probably $1 each, maybe less than $1. But they're still very amazing. All these cool old rare cards. And you think of all the boxes of cards. I mean, there's, 100, 200 cards here. So you probably would have had to buy, you know, 10, 20, 30 boxes back in the day to get this many rares. So it's fun to get them all in one place. I always say, I know some people like to open up the boxes because they're fun, but this old stuff, some of these boxes are like $10,000 a box. It's not worth opening. If you want to have the card, just go out and buy them. I mean, here's a Pidgeot Jungle Rare. It's a non-foil. You could probably get this card for $1 to $3, right? If you bought a pack of this, you'd be paying a fortune to get a chance at that. So it's fun. Just go out and buy the individual cards. It's going to be a lot cheaper, and you're still going to gain some value on them in time. You know, people eventually are going to want to buy these, and they'll pay, you know, in 10, 20 years, a lot of these are going to be 10, 20, 30, 50, $100. So if you enjoy them, buy them now. Buy them and put them away. I think it would be a good investment to put your money in these. I actually, if I had money to invest right now, I'm buying and spending so much for my shop that I'm not really holding on to that much stuff. I'm trying to sell as much as I can, unless it's something that fits into one of my collections. But if you want to invest a little bit, I say buy some of this older Pokemon. This card is cool looking. I looked it up. It's not worth that much, but I thought it was a really cool looking card. Cloisters. You know, and just imagine any one of these cards, if you pulled out of a pack back in the day, you would have been freaking out. So just being able to buy a whole stack of these relatively cheap is pretty awesome. You know, I would, oh, and he had some promos. Now, he said he collected for about 4 or 5 years back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And these were just all his better cards. He put them in the binder. Anything he thought looked cool, he put away. So he didn't have any of the commons or uncommons left, a little bit. But for the mass majority of what he had was just all these really cool rares. I thought that was pretty awesome. And then, all right, and then the last of the stack is just a bunch of commons, uncommon stuff. So these are nothing in value-wise. They're still really cool. Just cool to see all the old artwork and whatnot. And it's crazy to me to think that some of this stuff is now becoming vintage. I think these are only 10 years old. So a lot of these aren't that old. But the 2000 ones, they're 20 years old now. That's crazy to me. That's officially vintage. And just thinking that the Pokemon is officially vintage, it just blows my mind. It just feels like yesterday it just became a big popular thing. It doesn't feel like it's been 20 years to me. But this is pretty cool. I'm sure, I know the guy who's going to buy all these from me, he's going to be super thrilled to get this collection. He's been kind of buying me out of all the Pokemon I get. So I thought it'd be fun to show you guys, because I'm probably not going to get as much of this into my shop. But I will be looking to buy more of this stuff. And, you know, if you guys want to trade Pokemon cards for Funko Pops, I might be into that. Just because, again, a lot of Funko Pops lately, but Pokemon is selling really quickly for me. But it might be nice to trade some of the Pops for Pokemon. Not 100% sure. What I do is I look them up. I kind of get a value based on what they're selling for on eBay. And then I usually pay about half of that. So that's everything in that collection. I thought that was a fun little collection. If you enjoyed this Pokemon video and you want to see me go through more Pokemon collections like this, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to start doing more Pokemon content if it's popular. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bye!